Benjamin Netanyahu won elections in Israel and will likely be the next prime minister, despite indictments in 3 serious corruption charges, according to exit polls.
Here's a summary of the article.
Voting in Israel's election day ended at 10 p.m. Tuesday, with the 3 main television exit polls predicting that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's Likud party will likely claim significantly more seats than Benny Gantz's Blue and White party, with the right-wing bloc appears to be only one short of a parliamentary majority. According to the public broadcaster Kan, said Likud have won 37 seats, while the Blue and White have won 32 seats. According to the Channel 13 predictions, Likud will win 37 seats and Blue and White 32 seats. In terms of forming a government, Kan predicts that the right-wing bloc will have 60 seats, while centre-left will muster just 54. Channel 13 says that the centre-left will have 52 seats and the right bloc 60. Channel 12 predicts that the centre-left will have 54 seats and the right-wing 60. Avigdor Lieberman's Yisrael Beitenu party, which was a kingmaker in the last election round, winning 10 seats, has this time around seen its vote peter out, mustering somewhere between 8 to 6 Knesset seats.
This post received a score of 11,658, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
They still can't form a government though, so he technically hasn't won anything.
Israel will be the first nation on Earth to transfer a human consciousness onto electronic storage, for the sole purpose of still conducting elections trillions of years by now. The universe will have almost completely undergone heat death, all intelligent life will be dead except for virtual Israel running on the last iron star in the universe, putting out less energy than a 100 WLT bulb. There may or may not also be a virtual Palestine to virtually bomb as well.
The last iron star of David.
He didn't win. This is misleading. According to the polls, his coalition has 60 seats out of the 61 seats needed to form a government, so it's still up in the air. Edit. 25% of the votes have been counted and he has a majority, but we'll have to wait before knowing for sure.
Even that isn't completely right. Only 22% of the votes have been counted so far and his main rival Benny Gantz is still gaining seats.
People who weren't following should be aware that Likud's sudden rise in polling was due to probably the scummiest election move I've seen as of late. Info gathered from this event was saved and then given to the media at an optimal time for Bibi.
This article is written in a confusing format. It assumes we are already familiar with the scandal. What happened?
Aide to Gantz confided to his rabbi in privacy that he thought Gantz was too weak to ever attack Iran. Rabbi secretly recorded said conversation and gave the tape to Likud. That's one asshole rabbi.
Most in the ultra-Orthodox community are.
He hasn't won yet. He'll definitely have the biggest party, but it's not clear if the bloc gets over half the vote which they need to form a government. It's right on the edge and exit polls in Israel are notoriously unreliable.
Was there ever a time when being a criminal precluded you from leading a country? If there was, that time is long gone.
It's a double-edged sword. In many more corrupt regimes, trumped-up charges are often used to disqualify opposition from running, despite having support from the people.
Just happened in Thailand a week ago. Google Future Forward Party, if interested.
I bet the Jews are behind this.
Checkmate, atheists.
The world continues to choose authoritarian leaders.
The world continues to choose criminal leaders. Obligatory, he can't keep getting away with this.
Narrator, he could.
Narrator, he did.
Narrator, and he kept getting away with it.
The two left-wing parties deciding to run as a single list, losing more than a third of their seats in the process, was a dumb move. Lieberman kept playing his games, but he lost a huge portion of his Russian voter to Netanyahu. The joint list actually did well, but Israeli Arabs are never going to vote in huge numbers unless their representatives are going to actually fight for them and not just for the Palestinians. If we're going to another election, I'm sliding in a blank note. The left wing is a mess, and I can't keep giving my vote to a party that has given me no reason to vote for them except for being less bad than that asshole who's been in charge for a decade.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to Speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.